All right. Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are still sane. Well, we're still under this community quarantine, and we can only hope for a competent governance for one. And by that, I mean something that is at least transparent, steady, and of course, systematic. Anyway, I'm here to give you a brief discussion on the topic phrasal verbs. And this is probably one of the most confusing topics in grammar, which is why I'm going to discuss it today. Alright, let's begin. So, what exactly is it, a phrasal verb? Well, for one, it is a phrase, meaning it is a group of words. So we're not just talking about one word here, it's more than one. What exactly is a phrasal verb? It is a verb, meaning it's an action word. And it has two components. We have the main verb plus the preposition. So the main verb as your action word and a preposition. Now examples of prepositions are over, through, up, in, on, at, by. There's a lot more. Now I gave you some examples there. We have give up, run out, back off, come across. Now, in our phrasal verb give up, give is your main verb and up is your preposition. Run out, run as your main verb and out as your preposition, and so on. Now, it's important to note that phrasal verbs are actually components of idioms or idiomatic expressions. What do I mean by that? Let's have this example. Break a leg. Now, if you're going to take this literally, or if you're going to take it word for word, it could actually mean to harm someone or to injure someone by breaking his or her leg. But since this is an idiom, it means good luck, or it's a way of saying good luck. So just like idioms, phrasal verbs also have meanings that are different from the meanings of the individual words. Example, hold up. Now, hold means to carry something, and up is the direction. So hold up means to carry something up like this? No. Hold up could mean, number one, it could mean to wait or to delay. Like, hold up a minute, I'm still doing something. Like that. Or it could also be a bank robbery. Like, he was shot in a hold up, or he was shot in a bank hold up. Or it could also mean to remain strong. Like, despite this pandemic, the Philippine peso is holding up. Now let's try to look at some more examples. Carry out. Now carry out means to try to complete or fulfill a task. For example, the colonel asked me to carry out the mission. Another one, take over. Now take over means to assume control or to take control of something. For example, the colonel asked me to take over. Now let's go and carry out the mission. Last one, show off. Now show off means to brag about something or someone. Example, the colonel is showing off his new girlfriend to the soldiers. Alright, now let's talk about some phrasal verbs with the word come. Number one, come up. Now, come up could mean to be mentioned or discussed, like his name came up during the meeting. Or it could also mean to be ready soon, like, hey, are you ready? Coming up. Or it could also mean to approach, like, she came up to me and whispered, I love you. Next, come up with. Now, come up with means to find a new idea or to produce something. Like, you have to come up with a great idea as soon as possible. Next, come across. Now, come across means to find something or someone by chance. Last week, I came across an old photo of my parents. Next, come around. Now, come around means to happen again. Like, time flies so fast, another holiday is coming around. Next, come along. Come along means to go somewhere with someone. Like, hey, we're going out for lunch. You want to come along? Next, come over. Now, come over means to visit someone's place for a short time or to affect someone strongly. Like, for example, hey, what time are you coming over here? I mean, my parents are cooking right now and they're waiting for you. Come over. And lastly, come through. Now, come through means to overcome a difficult situation and get better. Like, I'm sure the whole world will come through after this coronavirus pandemic. Okay? Now, what about the phrasal verbs with the word take? Number 1, take off. Now, take off could mean the opposite of put on or removing something. Like, could you please take off your shoes? Or it could also mean leaving the ground. Like, the plane is about to take off. Next, take out. Now, take out means to bring someone out. Like, or to remove someone from his place. For example, if you get a good score, then I'm gonna take you out. Or take out could also mean like to destroy or kill someone. Like Manolo, take him out. Or kill that person, something like that. Now, take over. Now, we already gave an example before. Next, take after. Now, take after means to look or act like someone in your family. Example, I've seen an old photo of your mom, or I've seen a photo of your mom when she was young, and you really take after your mom. Next, take away. Now, take away means to remove something or to subtract something. Like, the teacher came up to me and took away my toy. The teacher came up to me and took away my toy. And last one, take through, which means to explain something in detail. Like, could you please take me through what happened from the beginning until the end? Alright? Now, what about some phrasal verbs with the word turn? Number 1, turn down. Now, turn down means to not accept an offer or request. Like, for example, I was offered a job, but I turned it down. Number 2, turn around. Now, turn around could mean changing position or direction, or it could also mean to improve. Like, my parents hired a tutor to help me turn around my score. Next, turn against. Now, turn against means to stop liking or being friendly to someone or something. Like, my parents used to turn me and my brothers against each other. Next, turn up. Now, turn up could mean make the volume louder. Hey, that's my jam, that's my song. Could you please turn up the radio? Or it could mean to find something by chance. Like, you know what they say, if you stop looking for something, then it will turn up. Next, turn in. Now, turn in could mean to go to bed. Like, hey, is he still awake? No, I'm afraid he just turned in. Or it could mean to submit a piece of work. Like, when are you going to turn in your assignment? Last one is turn into. Now, turn into means to change one thing into another. Like, the prince turned into a frog, or the frog turned into a prince. Okay. Phrasal verbs with the word work. Number 1, work on, which means to try to persuade someone. Like, it's kind of difficult to work on my mom because she has a very strong personality. Or work on could also mean to spend time working on something. Like, I know you guys have a lot of tasks to work on. Do you need help? Next is work out, which means to exercise. Now, we all know that. Example, hey, you're getting fat. You need to work out. Or it could also mean to develop successfully. Like, his plans and his strategies to get the girl didn't work out. And lastly, Workout could also mean to find a solution to something. Like, in order for you to get a girlfriend, you need to work out a very good plan. Next is workup, which means to develop a feeling with some effort. Example, in order for you to be successful in the future, then you need to work up some courage and confidence. Alright? Next is work through, which means to deal with something step by step. Example, hey man, I know it hurts, but don't worry, we're gonna work through this together. Next, work against, which means to cause disadvantage or to contribute to a negative result for someone. Example, you know what? He's actually a spy. He's working against him. Okay, and the last one is work off, which means to get rid of a strong feeling by engaging in a physical activity. Like, my friend told me that I need to work off my stress by exercising. Alright, so this is the end of the first part of my discussion on the topic phrasal verbs. Now, there's a lot more, guys. I mean, there are thousands of phrasal verbs out there, but I think this is enough for now. I mean, after all, there's still part 2. Okay, now for the culminating activity, here are the instructions. Number 1, I need you to write a short narrative with a topic, growing up. And I need you to use at least 5 phrasal verbs from the discussion. Minimum of 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes when it's read at a good pace. Meaning normal speed, clear voice, no mistakes. And no introduction. Number 4, I need you to record a video of yourself talking about the given topic. No reading. Number 5, if you're not confident with your grammar, you can always send me a copy before you record. And here are the ways of submission. How are you going to submit your task? Number 1, by email. I mean, if you're shy. The email is there, but please notify me when it's done. Number 2, via line. Again, for the shy type. And number 3, if you're confident enough, via Instagram post, and I'm gonna give you plus 3 points for that. I mean 3 points for confidence. And if you're gonna do so, please write the caption. The caption is there, native video project with a topic, growing up using phrasal verbs. And if you choose number 1 or number 2, but your video is post-worthy, then expect me to persuade you to post your video in Instagram. Alright? That would be all. Thank you everyone for hanging in there. Stay home and starve the virus.